It's very hard to be financially free if you don't have a financial plan. It's very, very difficult. Money is not the root of all evil. And I'm back with another amazing and fantastic video. Today I just wanted to talk about something that I feel like so many other people are kind of struggling with. I know I'm not the only person, and that is just building a positive relationship with finances. And it wasn't until a few months ago that I realized that my relationship with money is not good. It's not great at all. And I'm gonna go into that a little bit further, but I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a background. By the way, over the past year and a half, I've just been focused solely on myself and just studying myself, and I feel like I'm in the process of just unlearning and relearning. I'm letting go of things that I learned when I was younger and things that I believe that are no longer serving me. If anything, they are doing more harm to me than good. And I'm letting go of all of those ideas go, and I'm learning and adapting to new principles and just learning amazing things overall that are really putting me in a better position to be able to, grow financially, emotionally, spiritually, and in all the right ways. Most of you guys who don't know me, so I was born in a village, and I, to be quite frank, did not have too much growing up. I really did not. I lived in a very, modest house. I lived in a compound, with all of my grandma and my granddad and my uncles and whatnot. And, we had a very rural upbringing. It was very primitive to an extent. We farmed, and we had livestock and stuff like that. So it was just getting by and making things happen with what we could. But I realized that from that young age, I've always kind of just understood that I didn't have much. I wasn't financially well off, and because of that, it conditioned me to really think everything in that way. And I feel like I'm at a point now where it is impacting me so much more than I thought it was impacting me, because it can somewhat make you feel like you don't deserve. It's very difficult. And I feel like so many people don't even realize that they're struggling with this, but it is a real thing. And over the past few months, I've just been taking that back. I've been learning to let go of all of those ideas that I subscribed my mind to, and it's so much more difficult than I thought it would be, to be quite frank, because I grew up all my life thinking one way, like thinking, okay, I don't have much, and that's just how it is, and just accepted that as a reality. But now that I am getting into these spaces where people, my network and millionaires and all of these different things, is changing me to shift my mindset a lot, and to just understand that, like, regardless of how much less you had growing up, you are now in the same level playing field as everyone else, and it's up to you to go for what you feel like you deserve. It's up to you to go for what you worked hard for. And I'm starting to realize that, like, there's nobody in my lane really that is so much more crazily talented or so much more advanced than me in a lot of ways, respectfully. And I say this in the most humble manner, but a lot of the times those people grew up not having that limiting beliefs about themselves, not having that limiting beliefs about what they're able to achieve and whatnot. And I realize it's because it's been something that impacted me for quite a while, because it will go to a point where I would be financially doing really amazing, and then like that thought process kicks in, and it's just like it just halts everything, and I just really couldn't put my finger on it. But until a few months ago, I'm realizing, like, I really have been a lot of the times my worst enemy. Like, and it's crazy, because now that I'm just thinking about it even deeper, like, there's so many things that I stopped myself from going fully in. So many things that I stopped myself financially, especially, that I just, felt like, damn, like, you really don't deserve this. And it's sad. It's really sad. And so I wanted to just make this video just to talk about it with you guys, because it is something that I'm realizing that I've been struggling with for years, but I never really understood what it was. I never even thought it was a thing, to be quite frank, but it is a thing. And if you grew up, not having too much, this is something that you most definitely could possibly be experiencing. But just understand that, like, it is something that you can, get yourself out of. And I've been doing so much better at just understanding that, like, you deserve this. You work very hard, you are very disciplined, and it's time for you to take the benefits off of all of the things that you have been putting forth, all of the things that you have been putting away. It's time for you to really start taking, dividends from your quote unquote investments. And, every time I think about it, just so many ideas, so many different things come about. I am of 3 siblings. Well, I don't even know if that's a way to say it. I am the oldest of 3 kids, right? So I have a younger sister and a younger brother. And every time I think about this, and my parents, you know, they work really, really hard to help provide for us. But I've always, you know, I never really asked my parents for anything, really. Like, that I think about, I never really asked for much because in my head I already knew that, like, you know, we might not necessarily have it like that. So I never really asked them for too much. And, you know, when I was in college, they definitely supported me a lot. But I just said to myself, like, I always just felt this little tension when it comes to money. And finances is one of those things that we never really discussed. We never really spoke about. And the more you grow older, the more you understand that, you know, a lot of the times we are so quick to blame our parents for certain things when in reality it's just like, this is not something that they were taught when they were growing up, that they kind of withhold or refuse to share with you. A lot of the things that I'm starting to learn about myself and learn about life are things that I'm realizing that my parents were never fortunate enough to be able to get that level of insight or information from their, you know, parents and grandparents. And so I'm at a place where I feel like a lot of the things that I'm learning, especially when it comes to finances, are things that I'm learning for the first time. And learning that it's okay to have conversations about finances. It's okay to have these difficult talks. You know, like if you ignore it, it makes it seem like it doesn't happen, like or it's not having that much of an impact. But where you're able to really have that level of insight with yourself and just have that deep, truthful conversation about where you are financially and where you want to get to. Because of the fact that I never really, you know, wanted to talk about finances or just kind of withhold every single time, like, and it's not even just to talk about finances with other people. Me personally, I never really wanted to even address my own financial standings for the most part in a lot of things, and that can be very detrimental because of that you avoid budgeting, you avoid creating a financial plan that would, you know, help propel you later on down the road. It's very hard to be financially free if you don't have a financial plan. It's very, very difficult. It's very, very difficult. I'm the type of person, I'm not really the type of person that would just spend money all crazily. I'm very, I guess, like to say, smart with my finances. And a lot of the times, if anything, I would overspend on business expenses or business expenditures, because anything that has to do with me reinvesting back into myself or into my craft, I will spare no change. I will always go above and beyond. If that means having to put things on credit cards to just because I know at the end of the day I'm betting on myself and I could never lose while I'm betting on me, you know? And so it's very, very interesting. It's very, very interesting, man. And I just, every time I think about it, I just laugh. Like, I sometimes cry. It's a lot. It's a lot to just kind of be unfolding, you know? But it is something that you can do. You can get through it. You can get through really being able to build that lovely relationship with finances. And money is one of those things where the more you know, talk bad about it, the more you try to avoid it, the farther away it gets from you. You know, and I remember growing up, you know, thinking about, you know, money is the root of all evil and all of this and all of that. I rebuke everything I've said. Everything. I rebuked it all. Money is not the root of all evil. It's not. Is not. And, you know, when you grow up not really having much, you almost demonize the rich or the wealthy. You know, you put them as like this big villain. All these people are greedy. All these people, no, they just work. They just worked for it. You know, they just built that positive relationship with finances and with money. And so you can do the same as well. You don't necessarily have to talk down about money anymore. Don't do that. That's one of the things I don't talk about anymore. Anything negative you gotta say about finances, you saying it is going in one ear and going out the other. Or anything negative that I hear, I'm telling myself the opposite, the positive opposite of that negative thing that you're saying. Because, you know, you say these things, you say it. Even if you don't believe it, you will start to really absorb that energy and believe the idea, because your subconscious mind is very impressionable, you know? And so you gotta be very mindful with what you are saying or what you are listening to. I no longer listen to anything negative that anybody has to say about anything. You wanna talk about the current market of the current, you know, crisis, the current financial market, that has nothing to do with me. What I gotta do is worry about providing services and providing things that people are gonna need. That has the the current financial market of the United States has nothing to do with me. Like, it really has nothing to do with me. Once you understand that, you realize that, like, yo, during all of these different financial crises, some people became broke, but so many people became richer. So it's all about picking the side that you are on and making sure that nobody takes you away from where you are or what your belief systems are. So I just wanted to make this quick video just to, you know, talk about something that I feel like so many other people are struggling with or have struggled with. And so just letting you know that you are going to be good, but definitely work on that relationship with finances. I'm now so much more comfortable with being able to talk about money, or just being able to, I don't have to disclose any of my personal financial information, but it's certain things certain things that I used to shy away so much from, that, like, you know, even asking for somebody to pay me for something, or, you know, saying my rate to certain things that I used to, like, you know, just I used to hate doing that. I really used to hate doing it because I always second guess myself, like, are you really worth this much, you know? But now I know I'm worth it. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and if you enjoyed the video, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.